on the Facebook.
It's Monday night, and this is the Twisted Stitches. I hope you all had a great weekend. We are just cruising along here at Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl with the boy who is learning his knitting.
Jillian Goldrich says hello on the Facebook, as does Beth Ann Wilkes says hi. Leslie Tui Weiss, hi everyone. And Marianne Murray Summers, greetings from the Pennsylvania. Anna Coffey and Munford, hello friends. Paul, how is your knitting coming along? Lorraine Schiller, hi all. Nancy Robertson says hello. Nancy Park says, I see what you did, Paul. Sideways laughing face emojis. Hello. And our friend Darren Showers, hello from Cape Cod.
He was on the other channel. He was on Instagram.
He was?
Are you bouncing back and forth, or are you watching us on two places?
Well, right now he's on the Facebook.
He must love us that much.
From the Cape.
And we love you right back.
And we've got Linda Crystal Young. Hi, Great
Linda.
Shaw.
Thank you.
I think the L is silent on that
Great
one.
Shaw.
Patricia Espejo says hello. And all the way from Eureka, California, we've got Rita Johnson Cotterman. Hello, everyone.
Do you know your hat's on crooked?
What?
Your hat's crooked.
So what?
It's like this.
So what? At least it's not one of these obnoxious backwards ones with the little plastic strap with the little holes on it, with like the moon of your forehead showing. Whoever said that was appealing?
Anyway. Who thinks that pajama pants are attractive?
Apparently everybody that goes to the convenience store at nighttime. Cindy Kelly says hello from New Hampshire. Anna Maria Milani, good Monday night.
Good Monday night, Anna.
Patricia Espejo says nice shawl.
Hey, thanks.
Donna Nahajlo, whose J is not silent, says hi everyone.
Hello.
Brenda Jansen, yay, I made it. Hi, Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl and Boy and Minnie.
Yay.
Linda Crystal Shaw. So what's with the hat? We can't see it. Exactly. I'm not the camera person on camera. You are.
Look at it. It's a tipped over to one side.
So for those old enough to remember, Fred Sanford.
Yeah,
Elizabeth, the big one.
Look at him. Look at you with the hat. It's all tipsy crooked.
Whatever. I'm a little crooked anyway.
Speaking of tipsy crooked, what was so funny? He's got this new thing now. Somebody gave us grapefruit, so.
Whoa!
Whoa! What happened?
No, I almost did something I didn't mean to.
Oh, so anyway, Paul said he said, when we go home tonight, I'm gonna have a grapefruit. I said, big deal. When we go home tonight, I'm gonna have a martini. He's like, no way.
Adventures with Whitney says hello, Paulette and Paul.
Hello, Adventures with Whitney.
RJ7 joined on the Instagram.
Hello, RJ7. Identify yourself, or is RJ7 identification enough?
Adventures in Whitney says I love it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what happened here?
I don't know.
Pause due to poor connection. Oh, sorry. Lorraine joined. It says El Pacifico 923 joined.
That would be Lorraine, my cousin. Hi, Laura.
Patty Bommenblitz joined.
Hi, Patty. Well, welcome. That's a new name.
Who that?
I don't know. I guess we'd have to ask Patty who she is.
Let's see here.
What else is going on there?
Maria Brandt says, good evening. Got sunshine. Oh, reminds me of a song. I got sunshine at 7 p.m. in the Missouri.
Oh, Jesus.
Woohoo. Brenda Jansen, very European. And Beth Ann Wilkes, Paul looks very dapper with his cap. You know what? I'm going to highlight that comment right there. It's
Why
even.
is it always all about you?
All even worth repeating. Beth Ann Wilkes says Paul looks very dapper in his cap. I like it. Nancy Parks, the hat is fine. The head is off kilter.
Oh my goodness.
Maria Brandt, yep, off kilter like the KGYB, LOL. Anne Marie Wermansky, good evening. And Donna Mason, good evening all.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow.
OMG.
It's true. It's true. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in and for watching us. We do our very best to recognize everyone. And here he goes again. Watch.
Beverly Riser, hello from snowy Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
You know, we still aren't getting snow. I know it's almost April. We've got this every 5 minutes. Eversource, our energy company, is sending us alerts that they're on this whole. They're tracking the storm and they're waiting for power outages and the snow. Maybe conditions might make it difficult for people to get through to fix things. Wait a minute, it's raining. It's raining here in Niantic, Connecticut, and we don't expect anything more than wind and rain here. So I don't know. Those of you who are getting snow, do me a favor, make a snowball for me and throw it somewhere just to make me feel good. Not that I would go out and make snowballs, but kind of missed it this year. I really did. And
Lynn Medeiros, hello from the Nantucket Island.
oh, hi there. Hi, well, welcome from Nantucket. And also, I guess if we do get snow, it's only going to last a day anyway. So, oh well. What was that? Oh, that is a new name. Yes, Paul.
Lynn Medeiros, that's a new name,
I
right?
think it's a new name.
Lynn, have you been with us before? And if not, how did you hear about the Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl?
The Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. Please don't call me the Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl.
It says so right there on the screen.
But
the
you're-
Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl.
But that's not me.
It's not me. So therefore, it had to be you.
EWE?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about the power of you in a little while.
Now, right now, we're going to talk about Anna Van Munford. That weather report sounds like the ones we get in Southeast Tennessee. No snow here either.
Yeah.
She's got a crying emoji. I'd be jumping for joy emoji myself. Brenda Jansen, the storm's name is Brenda, LOL. Is that really the name of the storm?
Perhaps.
Wow.
Oh, well, look at you. You got your own storm, Brenda.
Lynn Madeiro says, I'm new.
Yay.
It popped up on the Facebook. Yay.
Yay.
Welcome, Lynn.
Well, Lynn,
Let's-
you might want to think about liking this page and sharing this page because we love our fans. And when you share our page, we share back with you. And I'll show you how in just a little while.
Let's give a hearty welcome to our new fan, Gritty Groupie, Lynn Medeiros.
So
Yay.
I'm going to talk a little bit about, I want to get started here because we want to make sure that we keep our timing as close to as we can to our 30 minutes. But we are working on the Pressed Flowers cardigan as our knit along this month. And I knitted the Pressed Flowers shawl a couple of years last year, I guess it was a couple of years back, and I just loved the pattern. I loved
The
working
pattern?
it. The
Did you say
pattern.
the
I love the pattern. It is the pattern. The is an article.
Pattern.
Yes,
I
and
just
it's,
want to make sure
it's
because
introducing
Nancy,
the word pattern.
Nancy's
okay?
got to get funny with this stuff. Notorious_MRT joined on the Instagram.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. And I will say that one of the things that I didn't think about when I was starting the Pressed Flowers cardigan was really paying attention to the charts. So rules of engagement for Pressed Flowers cardigan. Number one, markers. Mark between your sections. If you are going to be doing this, whether it's the cardigan or the shawl, mark your sections. So you've got your little flower sections and you can see them going across your page here. And you want to mark those sections off so that when you are doing your knitting in between them, you know when you, if you get to the end of a section and you have too many or not enough stitches, you might have messed up. Another thing with the cardigan, and this is worked in one piece, circular. So you got a lot of stitches on here. For the smallest size I'm doing, I think it's 219 stitches. So it's a lot of stitches to go through, and your ribbing is 3 inches on, I believe it was a US 3 needle. It's a beautiful ribbing when it's done. I love the deep ribbing here. Can you see that on the camera, honey? I love the deep ribbing, and so yeah, it takes a little while to get through that knit one, purl one, but it just looks great. And you can see that I'm using, I went for the bright colors, my orange, and then my contrasting color here is Uchiwa by Noro. So I'm using Patagonia and Noro Uchiwa, and I'll show you the colors here. And I'm so excited because the yellow is starting to come through. in my flowers now. I guess it's kind of a limey green, and then it goes in, you get some yellow in there and the purple mixed in with this bright orange, and it's going to be a great summer sweater. I'm so looking forward to it. So as I was saying, you're working in one piece all around. The nice part about that is you're getting the whole sweater done while you're working on it. You know, you don't have fronts and backs and side, you know, front, left front and right front and all that. You are going to split it in a little while, but you know, it's all in one piece. So Paul wants to say something, and I'll get back to this in a second.
Nancy March joined on the Instagram.
Hi, Nancy.
Made a discovery tonight.
You made a discovery? Does it have to do with this, or can it wait a little while?
Well, I'm excited about it.
Okay, go ahead.
You know how, like, I have to go back and forth between comments and the screen.
Really? I have to go back and forth between what you're saying and what I'm trying to explain to the people?
Yeah, kind of like that, but different. If you start this before that, the comments appear next to the video as opposed to having to go back and forth in the dark. It's a new discovery I made tonight.
Well,
and I'm very excited about
aren't
that.
we glad your day is a lot easier.
Wow. All right, but getting back to a couple of comments. Deb Massa, hello from Pittsburgh. Glory Hummelfeast, hello from Texas. Deb Massa says, love your color choices. And Donna Hajlo, great colors. Nancy Parks, that's knitted in the round.
No, it's not in the round. It's a cardigan. So it's knitted one piece around. So it's knitted flat.
We're buffering badly. Internet's something up with the internet.
Check our connection. Check at the bottom.
It says connected.
But it's connected to BFP, right? Sorry, guys. If there's a buffering issue, we want to take care of that right away.
No, it's connected to the correct one. The other one's a different. Yeah, it's connected.
Okay, just want to be sure.
Hold on a second here. Nancy, so not in the round. Valerie Vessel ranking pattern name, please.
Oh, this is Pressed Flowers cardigan. It's the Pressed Flowers cardigan. It's on our website. We're doing it as a knit along, but of course the pattern of the kit is always available. We'd love to have you join us on the knit along though. We're only 1 week in.
Linda Crystal Young, in the round is an awesome choice to get the colors to flow beautifully.
Yeah, and they're actually with this. I'm loving the colors because the whole idea with pressed flowers is that you want some movement in those flowers and to kind of make it look natural. So what I wanted to explain in the chart is that you are purling and knitting on the wrong side rows. There's a combination of purls and knits on the wrong side row. So you might want to mark your pattern in the very beginning. I did here so that I know. And there aren't any purls at all on the right side. So when you're knitting the right side, you're either knitting or slipping. But when you get to the wrong side, you've got knits and purls and slips. So keep an eye on that.
Thank you, Robbie McCarthy, for pointing out Pressed Flowers cardigan. And Rita Johnson, Cotterman, pretty colors. Is it steeked?
No, it's not steeked. It's not worked in the round. It's worked in one piece flat. So see, there's no join in here. So you work first you work your knit row, then you work your purl row, then you work your knit row, then you work your purl row. So you're going back and forth across the full sweater, not in a circle around the sweater.
Rita Johnson Cotterman says, gotcha. Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
This is such a great discovery.
I am so looking forward to seeing how this comes together. And what I love is, if you can see here, these are just the little sections between the flowers, and they're kind of like little polka dots. So you can see the flowers starting to form here. And then just the center, the in-between sections.
I like it.
And it's the same if you look at this one. Let me take this
Gina
off.
Bates, I have 3 rows of ribbing done, LOL.
Well, there's a lot of ribbing on this. So
Mary S. Leonard, Down East Maine, showing up. Hello, everyone.
Hi there. So that you can see the little dots in here as well. So we have some folks working on the cardigan, others working on the shawl. If you order the cardigan kit, the shawl kit, you're welcome to join us on the knit along if you would like, even though the knit along is for the pressed flowers shawl. If you're the pressed flowers cardigan, if we can help you out with tips for the pattern, that certainly is, we welcome you to join us on that too. So if you want to do that, let me know. We had a couple of people who ordered the cardigan, the shawl. My goodness, I go back and forth with this thing because it's kind of like the night shift. Everything was night shift for a while there between the sweaters and the shawls and the cowls and the hats. So, they start to adapt so many things to this, but there's just something about this cardigan that I think is going to be great for summer wear. And I may just do another one in winter colors as well. So very, very interesting. Alrighty. The other thing that I wanted to talk with you about, let's talk about Paul's knitting. Paul, actually, he truly did forget his knitting at home. We
rushed as usual.
I'm rushed as usual, yes. And so we got to the shop, and he's like, I forgot my bag. And I'm like, what bag? My knitting bag, which I thought was the cutest thing ever to hear Paul say he forgot his knitting bag. But for those of you who are new, my husband has decided that he would like to learn to knit, and he is learning. But Paul, I would like you to share some thoughts about knitting now that you've actually started the process.
I'm not that into it. Actually, so I wanted to learn.
Do you want to come on this side to talk to the folks?
No.
Okay.
No, you're the on air. I'm the camera guy. So I figured the way I learned almost everything that I've learned, I learned on a YouTube video. So I figured I was going to surprise this one over here.
This one over here, he's pointing to me, though you can't see him pointing to me.
By starting and getting well into a scarf that matches my new Billy sweater.
That I was working on.
That you were working on.
At the time.
Because my daughter knitted a similar hat that matches the Billy sweater.
Means it's gray, bulky yarn.
Yeah, that too. So I was going to surprise her and have this thing well underway. However.
When I was away at Vogue?
Yeah. However, I discovered very shortly thereafter that the video is not quite the same as doing it yourself in real life. So I had a few moments of frustration until Paulette showed me how to get started. At first, I still had no clue what I was doing, which is a little further along than I am now. And
you are a little more further along.
Yeah, that too. And then once I got the hang of it, and I got row 2, row 3, and then I'm all the way to row 5 right now. All right, just saying. So yeah, it's not bad, and I only dropped 2 stitches, which this one over here was able to fix for me rather quickly. She said, "Oh, on your next row, only go this far and then stop and call me, and I'll show you how to fix it." So only 2 out of 5 rows. I'm thinking that's not so bad.
Well, the good thing is while you're working on it, if you and we're both here, we're both together, we'll be able to catch those mistakes as you make them and fix them. And most people, when they're learning it, they come back a week later for the next class, and they show us their knitting. And you saw Earl's knitting, and when he brought in his finished project,
yeah,
and how he went from learning to cast on in his first swatch, and then his second piece, and then when he learned how to, the first one that he finished with all the different holes in it because he dropped stitches and increased and decreased along the way. But by the time the class was done and we sent him off on his way, he and his wife, they were on their way to knitting and purling and doing their first project on their own, which they finished and brought in to complete the sewing process. Go ahead.
What I thought was cool was that I realized right away that I dropped a stitch.
You knew something
on the
was
next
wrong.
row.
Right.
When I went to the next row, I'm like, I think there's something looks amiss here. And that's when I found out that the amiss is
a miss.
the drop stitch.
Was a miss. Well, it actually wasn't a drop stitch. It was an incomplete stitch.
Yeah, that too.
But those are two different things.
Oh, whatever. It's the same to me.
But the experience, I think the most important thing with this is the experience of learning.
And getting frustrated. It's
well, that's part of the experience of
golf.
learning. As adults, we don't want to learn things. We want to know
fun.
things.
It's not fun to learn.
It's fun. Well, it's fun if you want to do it.
It's fun if you can do it. But learning.
You can do it.
And being frustrated, that's not fun.
Well, frustration is part of learning, I think. You think about when you were a baby. No, seriously.
I can't. It was too long ago. I don't
remember.
All right,
so I want everybody to think about when they were babies and remember when, or when you had babies, or when you've been around babies and the baby is around, maybe 12, 13 months old, and they're just starting to take those first steps, and you see them step, and they fall. And what do we do when they fall? We don't say, stupid, you'll never learn to walk, and walk away from them. No, we pick them up, we clap, and we pick them up, and we put them up against the wall and say, okay, do it again, and do it again, and do it again. And the baby keeps smiling because they're doing something and they're getting better and better and better at it. And they're pleased with that process of learning. And that's what learning is, no matter how old you are, no matter what you're learning. It takes time, and it takes encouragement from the person who's helping you. And it takes patience on your part, most of all. So whether you're learning to knit for the first time, to crochet, or learning a new stitch or a new craft, whatever it is, give yourself some grace. It's okay to have to rip it out and start all over again. Yes, Paul.
Mary S. Leonard says, my projects tend to be individual projects, not these group projects. But I do get lots of tips. And she says, Paul, you are doing great on the knitting. The knitting, she said. And slow and steady does it. I am proud of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it is. I'm just watching him, and I think it's so cute to see him working. And he's got, put the needle in, wrap it around, put the other needle over, pull it apart. It's just step by step by step. Yes.
Mary Brinkman says, hello.
Hi, Mary.
Thank you for the yarn suggestion. And
you're welcome.
Nancy Park says, me too. Keep going, Paul. It gets easier. Yay.
It does.
Donna Nahajlo, Paul, just practice. And Anna Clefay in Munford. Almost everything I've learned about knitting came from YouTube videos. Some are better than others. Paulette's are always so helpful.
Did she say that really?
She did.
Thank you,
really
Hannah. I thought Paul made that up.
No. I only make up stuff about me. Nancy Parks, not all teaching videos are the same. I recommend Willy Nilly Knits on the Instagram. Beverly Reiser, keep going. You're building with row.
That's right. Every row you do is an accomplishment. It's a step forward.
Row, build your row.
I'm hoping that Paul will consent to letting me teach him the purl stitch next. And then I think I'd like to move him over to a bigger needle for that project so that it moves a little bit faster.
That's good, because I like big needles. I cannot lie. Mary S. Leonard, Paul, you are learning all the little names that do not actually describe the task, but you know, when you mess up quickly, easier to fix.
That's
yes.
Right. That's
so
right.
I'm happy with that.
Absolutely.
Leslie Tui White says, what a great analogy. And Anna Clefay in Munford says, Paul, sounds like you and David are cut from the same cloth. He gets frustrated when he doesn't know how to do something. Be like Dory the fish. Just keep knitting. Just keep knitting. Deb Massa says, yay, you are very inspirational. Thank you. Thank you. Margaret Oliveira, practice. What?
Maybe she meant you. Maybe.
Why is it always got to be about you?
I could be wrong. Maybe it wasn't me.
All right. Deb, maybe you could clarify that one.
Maybe she doesn't have to.
No, maybe she does. Maybe she does. Margaret Oliveira says, practice. And no, we all have ripped out work. Rip it.
Well,
Rita Johnson, Cutterman, everything takes practice. It gets more enjoyable. I'm waiting for that day, Rita. I'm waiting for that day. Mary Beth Mott Fisher says, hi.
Hi, Mary Beth.
Oh, she just joined the group.
Yeah.
The group.
The Nitty Gritty Yarn Group. So if you're new,
that master says, sorry, Paul, it was for her. I thought I was inspirational.
You're inspired. Yeah,
inspirational. My foot.
You may be inspirational to new knitters, to people who want to learn.
Yeah,
to knit.
knitters in jail.
I
maybe.
think she was talking about the comment about the process of learning. I used to use that all the time in my sales training classes with new real estate agents when they just want to, they want to be successful right off the bat, and
right out of the gate.
So success takes a while, and it's all about learning. And when people come to a class for new knitters, and the first thing they say is, "What are we going to make?" And my response is the knit stitch, because that's what you're going to make. First, you make a stitch. Before you can do anything, you have to make a stitch. So let's work on that. So,
all righty then.
All righty. So, all right.
What else you got?
So we got pressed flowers. We talked about Paul's thing. Oh, I have got to tell you, Lessons in Chemistry. What an amazing book. I don't get a chance to read as much as I want to, and I know I'm probably a little behind the times on this one. And I hemmed and hawed. It's like, oh, I'm just going to put this thing on my download it on Audible and listen to it. And I did not expect the book I got. It was, what an amazing story. What an amazing author. And
sounds pretty amazing.
If you have not read or listened to Lessons in Chemistry, get it. I saw somebody post something on Facebook today about if I could only read while I knit, the world would be wonderful, something to that effect. And you can with audiobooks. And maybe pressed flowers is not the pattern that you want to be working on when you're listening to some deep story. But
did you say deep?
I said deep story.
Oh.
And but there are so many things that you can listen to. And I mean, even if it's just inspirational music, but this book was unbelievable. So if anybody else has read it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And also the audiobook, at the end, there was an interview with the author and how she based her characters and what the message that she was trying to get across in the whole story. And it was just unbelievable how chemistry plays into everything in our lives. And it was just fantastic. So I just downloaded a new book. I don't know what the title of it is because Paul's got my phone there for the Instagram.
Well, you learned about that 12 years ago.
I learned about what?
The chemistry, how strong it is. You got weak in the knees when I walked into the room.
And I'd love to know your favorite character in the book. If
Patricia Espejo says, I love that book, and Brenda Jansen didn't Paulette say Deep Purple?
I did not say Deep Purple.
She said it.
Brenda
LOL.
Jansen.
I know. 10% charge. OMG. Well, Brenda Jansen said it. Da 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 da. Attica Van Munford, for anyone who likes audiobooks, the Libby app is amazing.
The Libby app. Okay.
I used to like the Libby fruit cups myself. It lets you borrow audiobooks from the local library. I use it all the time. What was the name of that book again, Paulette?
Lessons in Chemistry.
Linda Witt Sims, thanks for the recommendation. And Donna Nahaslo throws up the facepalm emoji. Nancy Parks, Paul, did you see Angela Bassett's dress for the Oscars? Is that the one with the obnoxious headpiece that blocked everybody's view?
I think she probably had a purple dress, honey.
Oh no, but no, the meme that's going around the Facebook right now.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Shame on her for
you
wearing
paid
that
all
hat.
this money to go see something, and some knucklehead sitting in front of you with this large thing obstructing everybody's view. I would go crazy. I'd pull it off
back row of the whole place.
I'd pull it off her head. I'm sorry, and I'm not an aggressive person by nature. But yeah, that would not fly with me. Mary S. Leonard said, she said deep story. Oh, deep story. Yes, LOL. Linda Crystal Young, Hoopla, also has audiobooks for the library too.
Wow.
Brenda Jansen said it wouldn't be Monday, KGYG without Deep Purple. LOL.
Don't do it again. You did it once, it's plenty. You did it once is plenty, because otherwise you're going to be sending you to Brenda Jansen's house for the night.
Cindy Kelly, I loved 6:30.
Oh, that's my favorite. 6:30 was definitely my favorite character in the whole book. So now we can't say anything more, people. You have to, you just gotta download it. Download it.
Donna Hodlow, Nancy Parks, stop it. LOL.
That is just not allowed. No more of
Patricia
that.
Espejo, I laughed and cried reading that book.
Me too. Me
Anna
too.
Anna Maria Milani. It's a great book. Listening to the Midnight Library now.
The Midnight. Okay, I think
Midnight
the
Library.
one that I'm. Oh, that made me think. All the Lost Words is the one that I just downloaded. The Midnight Library.
Brenda Jansen says, plenty of pitchforks, Paulette. Send Paul over.
You have him cleaning stalls, won't you, there, Brenda? You can be cleaning some stalls.
Well, the first problem is you have to get up early. That's a no-go for me. Then you have to do physical work. That's the second no-go for me.
Wait a minute. You did a lot of physical work in here.
I was forced to, and it was a labor of love.
Oh, there you
What can I tell you?
All right.
Hold on, there's more comments. Nancy Park says, I like the idea of a barbecue restaurant named Smoke on the Water. Da, 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 da,
Nancy
da,
didn't really do that, did you?
da, da, da. Yes, she did.
Barbecue restaurant. Maybe we should tell Teddy. Maybe we should tell Teddy this summer when he opens the restaurant, he'll have barbecue ribs and call them Smoke on the Water.
Huh.
That's a great. No, somebody's going to hear that, and it'll be all over.
Anna Colfan Munford, Paul, you better be nice to your knitting teacher. Laughing face emoji. Brenda Jansen, definitely LOL. Oh, yes. Subsist on no sleep, plenty of espresso. Yeah, no, I need some sleep. I've been working on that. I get at least 7 hours now.
So to round out our show tonight.
Hold on a second. Mary S. Leonard said, there's a pot shop near me with that name, LOL. Smoke on the Water. Hey, how appropriate, right?
That is very appropriate. So the last thing I want to talk with you about tonight is the power of you. And the power of you is each and every one of you, because
was that EWE or YOU?
Well, it was a little play on words, because we are a yarn shop, and we are all about yarn and sheep and all that great stuff. And we have sheep all over the place, like this little sheepy, this little sheep.
Oh, the Sherpa.
And Minnie has sheep toys. So yeah, we're all about you.
She gutted one of them. She gutted one of the sheep.
And because of the power of you all sharing and caring about Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl, you help us grow so much that last week, Monday morning, we got our first order from Germany. And we haven't had a chance to put that on Facebook yet. And I wanted to be sure that we shared that with all of you, because we shipped to New Zealand, and we shipped to Australia, and we shipped to the UK and Canada and all those places. But every time a new order comes in from a place we've never shipped to before, we recognize the value of what everyone has done to help us grow this business. So thank you. And to thank you for the rest of this week, will be free shipping on all internet orders. So thank you for sharing, Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. I will be sure to have that put up there, free shipping on all orders placed online today through Sunday. So there'll be a discount code put into your shopping cart when you check out. And we want to thank you all for sharing Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl.
Brenda Jansen says, wow, Kelly Kohlhofer, awesome.
It is.
Donna Hodlow, awesome. Mary S. Leonard, Germany, wow. Mary Brinkman, yay. And Leslie Tui Weiss puts up a blank comment.
Oh,
Gina Bates, wow, that's awesome and so generous. Maria Brandt, lots of fun.
Yeah, so it is lots of fun, and we have a great time. We have a great time with all of you, and it
Is
just every time.
EYE?
All of you, yes, all of EYE, EWE, not EYE. That's all of I. Or is it I or you?
Well, I owe you.
You do owe me, honey. You owe me big time. Talk about chemistry. was gonna say something twice and I forgot.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
Mary Beth Mott Fisher, wonderful. Rita Johnson, Carmen, thank you, so generous. And Candace Wise, yeah. Thank you from all of us that you are not local. Nancy Parks, I before E, except after C.
Right. I don't know what that was, but somebody put something. Oh,
I don't know, but this thing's moving by itself.
It's moving by itself?
Yeah, it's going up and down. That was an issue the other one had.
Yeah, we had last week was amazing. We posted the Billy sweater in the morning. And no, we posted the Billy sweater in the afternoon. And within 20 minutes, somebody was in the shop buying the Billy sweater pattern and kit for her husband. In fact, he came in with her. He wanted the Billy sweater, and that was so great. It was just wonderful. And so all those great things that happen here are no small part to all the sharing and all the caring that you care about us.
All of you make that possible.
Absolutely.
Because we reach massive audience.
Yeah, we do. And we keep growing because of that.
Yeah.
So, and and the more you all share, the more we appear on Facebook and Instagram, the more Facebook shares us up to everybody else. And so hence tonight, our new fan coming in from Nantucket, was it? From Nantucket. Thank you so much. And she just found that we just appeared on her Facebook feed. And that's how this works. So yeah, the power of internet, the power of sharing. And speaking of sharing, it's time to go to the sharing bucket. So
let's go to the sharing bucket.
So those of you who are new to Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl, when you share our posts, like our page, share our page, and share anything Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl with your connections, your name goes into our sharing bucket, and then we share back. So tonight we are going to. Oh, can you come around to show them the sharing bucket, honey?
Hold on a second.
In case we have some new folks watching.
All right, Nitty Gritty's going to show you how it's done. All right, that's the fabled sharing bucket right there. It's loaded with names, and once your name goes in, it never comes out, or it comes out temporarily.
Only if we pull.
Yeah, so when your name
goes in, if we pull your name after we send you your sharing prize, your name goes back in the bucket. The more times you share, the more times your name goes in the bucket, and it never comes out.
And do you have to be present?
No.
And what happened?
So as a matter of fact, today I got a phone call from Antoinette Kellum, one of our fans out in, I think is it Louisiana, Kentucky, one of those states. I don't remember where exactly. Forgive me. Oh my goodness. Forgive me for not remembering where you're from. But anyway, we got a phone call from Antoinette, and she said, I just want to thank you for my sharing prize. I had no idea I won because I hadn't been watching the show that night. So yes, we are always pulling whenever we pull a name. And if we don't recognize the name, if it's a name that someone who has not ever ordered from us, we always reach out to that person on Facebook and say, you've won a prize. You need to send us your contact information. And there's no shipping. It's free, completely free to you. It's a skein of yarn, it's a magazine, it's a pair of needles, it's whatever we have in our sharing prizes that we can give away to share with you. So
Beverly Riser says, just look at that gorgeous wall of yarn.
Yeah, isn't that pretty? That's a pretty one, huh? We're starting to set up.
Yeah, do the Vanna White thing with the letters, honey. Do the Vanna White thing.
We're starting to set up some spring colors here and getting things organized. Yeah, let's just show them down the line there. Yep, it's coming along. You noticed last week when we had some of the walls were a little barren, but we're putting them all together, getting everything organized. We had a group in here this weekend. We still have their welcome Phoebe and her group in with us. And then we've got a Noro wall and our heavier worsteds over here. So we're moving things around just a little bit to keep everybody interested. We moved our buttons down to the front of the store where everybody has better access to them. And yeah, so we're just keeping on here. And we were in the sharing bucket. So thanks for distracting us for a moment here, because it's always fun to show you what's happening at the shop.
Mary Beth Mott Fisher, good to know. I shared tonight. Woohoo.
Thank you.
And previous. How do you know that I share? Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Good.
Be
Good
sure be sure that your settings are set to public so that when you share
The privacy.
your privacy settings are set to public so that when you share, when it says there were 7 shares, I can click on those shares and it tells me exactly who it was. So that's the best way for us to know that you shared.
It's really the only way.
It's really the only way. That's true.
It's like, let's go to the videotape. And today's winner is
Betsy Brassington.
Oh, that's a new name.
So Betsy Brassington, thank you so much for sharing Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. We will be contacting you via Facebook and getting your contact information.
If anyone knows Betsy
Brassington,
please reach out and ask her to contact us, but we'll reach out to her also. The only thing is, if we're not friends on the Facebook and we send someone a message, what happens is it goes into message requests. And unless you know to click that thing that says message request, you may never see the message. So
we do our best.
We definitely try.
And I also check to see if the person has registered on our website.
Yes.
Because there are folks who go and register on our website, put their contact information in, which is very helpful because then we have your email address. You may not provide us with your mailing address if you're not ordering anything at the time, but at least we'll have an email address to contact you.
Right.
So if you know Betsy, let her know that she won a sharing prize at Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. We will let her know as well. And with that, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. We've got a great week planned. We have our March Madness pop-up luncheon coming up on Sunday. Listen to you. And so Whitney, we will see you here.
Oh, Whitney's going to be here?
Whitney's created a gorgeous shawl for the event. What do you think? I've been whining all those. I don't know where you've been, Paul.
Wow. Wow, I can't wait.
Well, we know you'll be here on
Mainly
Sunday.
to because Whitney rocks.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Okay, everybody, have a safe week. Be happy. We love you. Bye-bye.